I've been working really hard the past few months on a new video series called the Soyuz Atmos project. Since I decided to install a full 7.1.4 Dolby Atmos speaker system in the control room this year, I've been having a lot of conversations with, clients and other producers and engineers about Dolby Atmos and immersive audio and how I'm hoping to approach this a little bit differently for most people. I think the really popular thing to do with Dolby Atmos right now is to kind of use it as a remix platform where you're taking things that artists have already done in stereo and then you're kind of reimagining it and remixing it into a surround sound and more immersive format. I think that's great in a lot of cases, but I'm not necessarily interested in remixing things. I kind of want to approach this from the ground up and actually take certain songs and projects and, write differently for them, produce differently for them, and record differently for them, specifically for Dolby Atmos from the very start. So there's a lot of considerations when you start approaching it that way. And in the Soyuz Atmos video series I've done, I've taken all Soyuz microphones and Lakeside preamps, so it's a complete Soyuz signal chain. And I'm kind of breaking this down methodically and starting out with kind of my game plan on how I'm approaching things and planning on arranging everything differently. I have individual video segments breaking down different instruments and how I'm writing for those parts a little bit differently in some circumstances, recording differently. Things like the Amazonic mic, make a lot of appearances, and that ended up getting used quite a lot to help expand a lot of things out and support individual microphones. And we kind of go through this methodically, instrument by instrument, and then we end with a final segment where I actually walk you through the mix and show you how I'm mixing all this as well. So if you're curious about Dolby Atmos and want to see a new and kind of different approach to this other than just remixing it, take your time. It's a really long series, spend a few weeks going through it slowly. There's full session files available as well as full ADM files if you happen to be a Dolby Atmos producer or you work in Dolby Atmos. There'll be ADM files that you can play so you can hear all this over your speakers. As you watch the videos, all of the audio segments are actually going to be Dolby binaural renders, so you can actually hear the binaural aspect to this. So this is just kind of a long methodical walkthrough of my approach of Dolby Atmos and kind of treating it as something more than a remix platform.